Alright, some of you on my YouTube page requested sort of an idea of how I adapted this 06 ohlins stabilizer to an 04 model zx10r. The tank bracket mounts up just fine, no problem. I put that on first, and then I set my steering straight. Put this guy right in sort of the middle, and attach this to it loose. And then from there kind of stuck it under there and got an idea of where I needed to start. It's going to be a little hard to see. I really don't want to take this thing off, but right here I filed a straight line through about from this point back. And this thing's got like little indentions underneath. So you got to kind of file the lines to get it to start to fit. Probably do this a lot easier with a Dremel tool. I did it with hand files. It took me a long time, but I did kind of just kept filing until it would lay flat. There, yeah, back up in here. I think there was another spot back there I had to file. I had to take this hole and relocate it a little bit. And that's why that big washer's under there, because the hole I think it's got bigger than the head on the screw. It's been a while since I did it, so I'm just trying to remember. And then someone mentioned using the plug so the screws wouldn't stick through. Well, because of the indentions in the casting underneath of here, there was no place to stabilize those plugs. So that's why I went all the way through. And here I went ahead and backed these with nuts just because I didn't want anything coming loose. Don't want to lose your steering stabilizer when you're going 100-something miles an hour. Over here, let's see if I can get that. You'll notice a washer right here. I had to use that as a sort of a spacer to get it to lay flat. For some reason the casting just didn't allow it to lay as flat as I wanted to, or it was throwing this part off at a slight angle. So I think it was kind of turned out a little bit like that, and as I put the washer in, it walked it back up straight. So you may have a better time with that than I did, but that's how it came out. And it works great. I had my damper rebuilt by Laco here, and they put the performance, well, the race spec stuff inside of it, and man, it is 1,000 times better than the original. You can dial it in and stiffen it up so tight now. So I suggest doing that if you haven't done it. Just look them up online, you'll find them. And I believe that that's about it. You just kind of have to get a starting point, start filing a line, just stick it under there and keep going back and forth. Obviously, if you could mark kind of inline and have this tree off, then that might help you. But I had it on and I just kept going back and forth, filing some, going back, fitting, back and forth. It took like 3 to 4 hours to do this. Like I said, with a Dremel you could probably do it quicker. Just take your time, take a little bit at a time, and just keep going until you get it to lock, and then drill your holes appropriately. I believe that's when I had to take it off to drill my holes, because once I got it fit where I liked it, bolted here and fit in here where it felt pretty snug, then I took this thing off, marked it, took this thing off, then drilled my holes through the bottom and tapped everything and put longer bolts to put those hex nuts on, or those cap nuts, just to keep them from backing out. You could probably use a Loctite, but there's reasons I did it, just because it's what I had. I didn't trust the plugs just because of the inside. I mean, it's only about maybe 1/8 of an inch of aluminum you have to thread through on this side, so that's why I went through and capped. I just didn't want anything coming loose. Hopefully that helps. Ask more questions if you need to. Bye bye.